What's up, everybody? Welcome into First Take. What is today, Max Kellerman?
It is Friday Eve.
It is Friday Eve, and look who's here, Ryan Clark. We haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you.
I'm just glad to be back, man. I'm excited.
Good to have you with us. And we know Stephen A's in a good mood. I wonder why. Maybe because he's in Los Angeles?
Well, I'm here handling business. This is what I do. That's
work.
number one. But number two, and more,
it's a work trip.
Number two, and more importantly, those who think about Friday Eves and Fridays are usually those who do not work on the weekend.
Okay, Debbie Downer.
I just wanted to make sure.
Hold on, time out.
Talk to him, man. I don't know what you're going to do.
Who doesn't work on the weekends? Who doesn't work on the weekends?
I apologize, Max. You work about 4 weekends a year. My apologies. I'm sorry.
I worked last weekend. I got Triple G coming up this weekend.
Listen.
I didn't know that counted. Four out of 50. I got it.
I'm sorry you have to suffer in the sunshine today, but we got to work. Let's get into it, gentlemen. Dante Hightower flirting with the Steelers and Jets, but ultimately came home, agreeing to a 4-year, $43.5 million deal to stay in New England. The deal also includes $19 million in guaranteed money, according to Hightower's agency, which announced the news on Twitter. So, listen to this, folks. The Patriots have now added Brandon Cooks, Stephon Gilmore, Dwayne Allen, Coney Ealy, and Rex Burkhead. And you can see, obviously, who they lost right there as well. Stephen A., based on their latest acquisitions, would you take the Patriots or the field to win Super Bowl 52?
I'm taking the Patriots relatively easily, by the way, because really their biggest and stiffest competition is going to come from the NFC. In terms of the AFC, considering the numerous holes that need to be filled by various teams, and considering what the Super Bowl champion, the reigning defending Super Bowl champions have done, I don't think there's any question you go with the Patriots instead of the field. Let's put this in perspective. Tom Brady suspended the first 4 games because of Deflategate. They go 3-1 without him. They come back. They go 11-1 with him, and they win the Super Bowl. This is Tom Brady that passed for nearly 500 yards in the Super Bowl after they were getting ramrodded throughout the first half, out-physicaled by the Atlanta Falcons. They figured out a way to get things done. So what do you do in the offseason? You're Bill Belichick. Do you rest on your laurels? No, you do not. What you do is you go out and you get Brandon Cooks from the New Orleans Saints. Fly patterns all day long, deep threat, opening up the field even more significantly for the Amendolas, the Edelmans, the Hogans of the world, people like that. You re-sign the guy that strip-sacked Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl, and Dante Hightower, who's 26 going on 27 years of age. He can rush the passer, not to mention the fact he's your play caller on defense. You add a dude in Coney Ealy, who, by the way, was the better player at the University of Missouri. Not Michael Sam. It was him. It was Coney Ealy who was legit, and we know what he's capable of doing. You add him as a defensive tackle. You add Burkhead as a backup running back or what have you. So when you look at it from that perspective, you addressed another wide receiver spot. You addressed somebody in the backfield. You addressed the defensive tackle. You maintained or kept in place one of the elite individuals on the defensive side of the ball for you, who happens to be your signal caller, and pretty much the rest of the nucleus of your squad is intact. To me, it's easy. Patriots out of the AFC, their toughest would be the Super Bowl, and 60 minutes away from a title, I'm not going to bet against them on most situations.
You're wrong. Now, if the question was something like, are they the odds-on favorite? Duh, right? There's no such thing as a lock in the NFL. But there hasn't been a favorite this obvious, maybe since the early 90s Cowboys teams, where you go into the season, that's the defending champs, and they just got better in free agency, and they did it without Gronk, and he's coming back, and they're about to turn their backup quarterback into a first-round stud, and they draft better than everyone. It is, and this could be Tom Brady's swan song. Who knows? In fact, I say it will be. Right. The point is, they are loaded for bear. They are the odds-on favorite, obviously. But do you know what odds-on favorite means, Stephen A. Smith? Odds-on favorite means that they have the best odds. They have better odds than everyone else. In fact, they're 7-2, last I checked, to win the Super Bowl. You know what that means? The field is 3.5 to 1 against them. 3.5 to 1 favorites against them. That's what 7-2 odds means. So the field is never taken in football. There are too many variables over the best team, no matter how dominant. I will give you an example. Alabama, who you took against the field and could not have been more dominant, loses to Clemson. Now, was it close? Yes, they could have beaten the field. Great teams do that sometimes. But you don't take the field against them. For example, you think in next year's Super Bowl, a team that has the game all wrapped up, instead of calling 2 running plays and kicking a field goal, is going to call 2 passing plays again? Right? In order for them to even win the Super Bowl this year, a lot of things had to go right, some of which had nothing to do with them. They had to rely on the kindness of strangers, of the Atlanta Falcons, in that instance. So the field doesn't, as much as they are the odds-on favorites for all the reasons you mentioned, and some of them that I did, Ryan, not against the field, they're not the favorite. Not in football, not in the NFL.
Ryan, we need a tiebreaker.
So it's the Patriots, and Max gave us a very moving speech, right? and I was with him.
I'm glad you think it was moving.
Yeah, you know, and I would stand with him. If Max was at the podium just now, I'd be like, go Max.
Yeah, Max
right?
for president.
And then when he get off, because he's my family, I'd be like, boy, you dead wrong. Because here's the thing, right? Tom Brady's basically been to the Super Bowl for half of his career. Right? And nothing says that he's not going to make it back. And this is the great thing about coming to ESPN. Mohamed Sanu was on the plane with me last night. So we get off the plane, and we're kind of talking about the Super Bowl and things that happened. He was like, you just never feel comfortable. And that's the thing. The Patriots are that good that no matter what the game is, no matter where they are in the season,
You're
just
saying
never
against the Patriots.
Against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Yeah, he's like, you just never felt comfortable. And then there's a great shot of Gabriel talking during the game, right? And he's mic'd up, and so they're winning, and somebody was like, hey, man, we got this, we got this. He's like, man, but that's Tom Brady, bro. And that's just the thing. Tom Brady's still there. And this imaginary cliff that Max has made for Tom Brady.
The imaginary one that everyone's fallen off of in the history of the world.
That he's clearly walking toward the edge of, it's not going to be this year. And this team has gotten better, and they have kept key pieces. But when you watch what they're able to do year in and year out, they are the favorite. And though there's odds and there's different things, I pick this team against the field at any point. If I had to put my money on it.
But you'd have been wrong. Okay, I understand that, but you'd have been wrong more than you've been right. If you took the Patriots against the field throughout Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's time together, you'd have been wrong more than you've been right.
That's an asinine statement. That's an asinine statement on Max's part, because nobody's taking Patriots against the field every year. We're talking about right now. There's plenty of times that they won a Super Bowl or went to a Super Bowl, and nobody said that you're taking them every year.
That's what Ryan just said. I take the Patriots every time against the field. That's what he said.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
No.
Right now. Yeah, this team.
Right now.
This era.
Why do you think the odds makers have it 7-2? They're the odds-on favorites, but they're 3.5. The field is 3.5 to 1 favorites against the Patriots. Why would that be?
Right, because we're talking 31 teams to 1. Right. So you're saying that there's an opportunity. 31 teams have a chance to be better than 1 team.
Yes.
I get that. We're not talking about
a 3.5 to 1 times.
We're not talking about the betting odds.
Yeah.
We're talking Max Kellerman. If you had to pick a team, you pick the Patriots to beat those 31 teams. I do right now, and I did last year.
Head to head, that's right. And in fact, if it comes down to the Patriots against one other team in the Super Bowl, which it very well might, then the odds readjust, like when Alabama faced Clemson.
Readjust.
Yes, when Alabama.
So this is that. What did you call it? What Keynesian? The Keynesian moment. What's the word that you use? Wait. Where the facts? I mean, you change it when the facts tell you otherwise. So in other words, you're going to sit up there and start off the show going on a 2-minute soliloquy about how the Patriots are bona fide favorites, and you totally understand.
Yeah, odds on.
However, and then you dance the other way better than Fred Astaire.
This is very straightforward.
That's what we're doing.
Look, when Alabama faced Clemson, straight up, they were correctly the favorites because there was no longer a field. The field was 1. I took Clemson, by the way, and I was right, but I acknowledged going into the game, Alabama should be favored. But to start the season, they can't be favored against the field.
So you couldn't be wrong.
They are.
I took Clemson, but I
Alabama
acknowledged
and the
Alabama.
Patriots are favored
No,
right
they're
now.
not.
We have a whole lot we're getting into. I love what Damian Woody said on NFL Live yesterday. The Patriots aren't competing, or Bill Belichick's not competing against other teams. He's just competing against his own.
Always.
Very true statement.